In this video, we're going to interpret graphs, tables, and charts that represent data sets. Let's look at this first graph. This is a histogram. A histogram is one of the most commonly used graphs to show frequency distributions. It looks very much like a bar graph, but bar graphs and histograms have some differences. First, the x-axis has numbers instead of categories. Another difference is that bar graphs have gaps between the bars, where histograms do not. This histogram shows the distribution of the ages of people who attended a movie. The x-axis shows the age groups, and the y-axis shows the frequency. Let's answer the following questions about this histogram. The first one says, what age group did the movie appeal to the most? We want to look for which bar goes the highest. This is the highest bar, so we know that the age group that the movie appealed to the most was 26 to 29-year-olds. There were 20 people in this age group that attended the movie. The next question says, how many people between the ages of 22 and 25 attended the movie? So we need to find that bar. If you look, that bar is exactly in between 8 and 12. So we can estimate that to be about 10 people. The last one says about how many more times did the people in the age group of 26 to 29 attend the movie compared to the 14 to 17-year-olds? Well, we had 20 people that attended the movie in the 26 to 29 age group, and we had about 4 people in the 14 to 17-year-old age group. So how many times was it? Well, 4 times 5 gets us 20. So the answer is about 5 times. Now let's move on to a new type of graph. This is a line graph. A line graph is a type of chart used to show information that changes over time. We plot line graphs using several points connected by straight lines. This is a line graph that shows the change in temperature on Monday. Let's answer the questions that follow. This first one says, what is the temperature at 10:30? Well, if you notice, our graph counts by 1 hours, but there are lines in between. The line in between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. would be 10:30. So, at 10:30, it would be 8 degrees. The next question says, what is the change in temperature from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.? We first need to find the temperature at 11 a.m. At 11 a.m., it's 8 degrees. Then, we can see that at 1 p.m., it's 20 degrees. To find the change, we can take 20 minus 8. That's 12. So the change in temperature was 12 degrees. Let's move on to a line plot. A line plot can be defined as a graph that displays data as points or x's above a number line, showing the frequency of each value. It is also a great way to see distribution of data. This line graph shows class sizes and the number of times each class size occurs. What is the most common class size? As you can see on the line graph, 28 has the most x's. So therefore, the most common class size is 28 students. The next question asks about range. Range is the largest minus the smallest. Our largest class size is 31, and our smallest class size is 25. So our range is 6 students. The last question says, what is the median class size? When we find median, we can take one off the front and one off the back until we find the exact middle number. So I'm going to go ahead and do that using my line graph. We have one off the front, one off the back, one off the front, one off the back, and we can continue this till we find the middle number. We can see that we have 2 middle numbers. When you have 2 middle numbers, you can add them and divide by 2. It won't make a difference in this case because the 2 middle numbers are the same. So our median is 28 students. Lastly, we're going to talk about a frequency table. A frequency table lists a set of values and how often each one appears. They may include tally marks and totals to show the frequency or the number of times a specific data value occurs in a data set. When I have tallies, the first thing I like to do is add my totals on the right. Now that I've added my totals, we can answer the questions. The first question says, what is the most common form of transportation taken? We can see that more people chose to walk. The next question says, what mode of transportation is taken about twice as much as a car? Well, a car is 4. The key word here is about. 2 times 4 is 8. Which one is about 8? The buses. So we can say it's the bus. The last question says, how many people were surveyed? To find this, we can add all of the frequencies. When we add 13 plus 7 plus 4 plus 5, we get 29 people.